Hi everyone. Are you wanting to manifest an apology from someone special in your life, your specific person, let's say? Are you wondering, is it possible? Can you actually manifest that? If so, then this video is for you. Before we dive into it, my name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel. If you do not know me, I'm a manifestation coach and I have been for the last 7 years. I've been studying this law of attraction, law of assumption, and spirituality, as well as quantum physics for over a decade. If you guys would like to work together, check out the description link below. There's so many ways for us to work together. You can get on my website or email me as well. All right, you guys. So, are you trying to manifest? This comes from a subscriber wanting to know this exact question. I was wondering if you can make a video specifically about wanting and manifesting an apology. I know there are lots of coaches who say basically you're doing it wrong if you want one, but I disagree. For example, if I do something wrong, I have no problem being accountable and apologizing. So wanting an apology for my SP or creating, manifesting, selecting SP to be accountable, emotionally available, aware could be totally normal, okay thing. I intend to make sense. Of course that makes sense. And yes, the short answer is you can absolutely do this, okay? And I think that you can do this for sure. There's nothing wrong with wanting to manifest an apology from somebody. All right, let's take manifestation out of it. You've been doing this for years, right? I'm sure that people in your reality have already apologized to you for specific things in your reality. I would hope so, that everybody out there has at one point in their life gotten an apology. Okay, then you hear about manifestation and you're like, oh, well, I created it, so therefore I shouldn't have to get an apology. That's not true. Okay, you can manifest anything you want in your reality. You just need to be intentional, and you need to be intentional of what you want, and you need to be concise. Okay, so and clear. You want to have some clarity on this. So if you have someone in your reality, specific person that's behaving badly, you can 100% manifest an apology. Again, you've done this your whole life with other people. Then you hear about manifesting, and then some people just become a doormat after they hear about manifesting. They said, I created this, therefore I don't actually need an apology. Now I'm here to tell you, this is your reality. So don't let other people's limiting beliefs, including my own, get in your way of what you want, okay? So if you have a desire for something, it wouldn't be there if it wasn't already in existence, all right? So you can 100% manifest an apology. It's your reality. So if that's what you want, you can definitely do this. So again, those are other people's limiting beliefs that are projecting that onto you. So again, it's your reality. So if you want an apology, then you can make intentions for your specific person to apologize to you. Because you do not have to be a doormat just because you unconsciously created something. Okay, actually, you're transcending into a new version of yourself. And as you work on your self-concept, you're going to be less of a doormat. You're going to be more of somebody that is more authentic to themselves, who sees themselves as someone valuable, see themselves as someone worthy of an apology, see somebody who is not going to tolerate bad behavior. Because remember, everybody's just reflecting, mirroring to us what we have going inside of us. Okay, so that means maybe if someone's not apologizing, you might have to look at some different assumptions about yourself. Okay, one assumption, which I've already said, it could be just because you've heard in the manifesting community that you can't manifest an apology. So I'm telling you, you can. So take that off the table and start making intentions that people apologize. And we can go look at logic. People have apologized your whole entire life to you. The other part is, you again want to start seeing yourself as somebody, the self-concept piece, as seeing somebody who is worthy of an apology, seeing yourself as somebody who's valuable, seeing yourself as someone who's not going to tolerate bad behavior. Because again, we're attracting or creating people unconsciously based on our level of consciousness of what we think we're worthy of. Okay, so if someone's doing something badly, there could be different reasons that's happening. One part, again, is what I just said, could be your self-concept piece. All right. It could be the fact that you think that you're being mean or needy, or, that you're not value yourself enough to get an apology. That could be one area. No, those are just some things I'm throwing out there. There'd be multiple reasons that you have going on subconsciously of why you don't think you're getting an apology. But that could be one thing. Okay. Just saying, oh, I'm always wrong, like let me take accountability, or I created this. That's just pushing that onto the other person, and you're not going to get an apology from that. So again, you want to start working on yourself to see yourself as somebody who is lovable exactly for who you are, okay, and who's worthy of an apology and who's allowed to have an apology. In fact, I give you permission to manifest an apology if that's what you want, because it's your reality. Some people don't want an apology. A lot of people do want an apology. I think another thing to look at is what is the meaning behind the apology. You always want to also look at, be concise, but sometimes people want an apology, but they're not exactly what I've noticed with working with people, but there's something deeper going inside of there. So you also want to be like, what does an apology symbolize? Does the apology symbolize, that you feel like you're loved, that you're respected? Because you'd also want to create some affirmations surrounding that as well. Okay, so you'd want to get to the core level of what's a symbolic thing. Do I also feel wanted? Do I feel understood, with that apology? Kind of like scripting out, what's the apology going to make me feel like? What do I want from that apology? Okay, as well as the other things I mentioned. And the other thing, maybe this is why people are saying don't manifest an apology, is the other thing you have to work on is once you really work on yourself and know you're worthy of this apology, knowing that you can do this, knowing that the person should apologize to you for their poor behavior, and as the subscriber said, that they were always accountable, they have no problem apologizing to somebody. But if you're subconsciously saying that all the time, I have no problem apologizing to other people, but people don't apologize to me, but they don't apologize to me, remember that reality is a mirror. So you're going to be met with that back, with people not apologizing. So therefore you want to stop saying that and say people always apologize to me, people are always accountable, which leads me into my next point is you want to make sure that you're making intentions and saying that your person can apologize. Okay, so if you think that they've never been accountable before, they can't apologize, they're stubborn, you need to stop saying things about that. Start making intentions that, they do want to apologize. They are aware of their bad behavior, that they will do anything to keep you. Okay, so you also want to look at that part if you're looking for an apology, because I know from my own life that I might have been really working on myself and saying all these great things knowing I was worthy of an apology, but therefore I was like, but they never say they're sorry. They never say they're sorry. You always think you're right. You think you walk on water. These are things that I had going on subconsciously in my head about specific people, especially like relationships, men in my life. So therefore, I sort of have to changing that as every man apologize. Men can apologize. It makes them feel good to apologize. They're able to apologize. They're able to look at themselves. All right, so there's different intentions and affirmations that you'd want to create for your specific person, depending on what your thoughts are and assumptions are surrounding your specific person. Again, I'm just throwing out different affirmations and intentions here. Everybody is different. Okay, so this is not a cookie cutter for everybody. Okay, it's depending on what your situations are and what your thoughts are. But this is an overarching assumptions if you're trying to manifest an apology from your specific person. Just some areas to look at as well. And again, I know I've already hit this, but I want to say it again. If you continuously say, I created it, this is my fault, you're not allowing your person to take accountability by continuously saying that. Okay, so you want to turn that around and start saying, they're able to take accountability. All right, they're able to take ownership for certain things. So therefore, if you're saying, well, I can't get an apology, I can't manifest an apology, it's bad to manifest an apology. Remember, you're the creator of your reality. It's your assumptions. That's what's going to win. So if you continuously are saying that, that's going to block your apology as well. All right. So these are just different areas to look at in your life to get your specific person to apologize. So remember, they're just mirroring you. Okay. Mirroring what your assumptions are about yourself, about what you think about apologies, about what you think about yourself in regards to apologies, what you think about them in regards to apologies. They're going to mirror that out. So what I was getting at, if you are going to ask somebody or want someone to apologize to you, that's totally fine. You worked on yourself, but you still haven't changed your assumptions about them completely, then you're going to be met with not getting what you want. Now, let's also break this down. You don't have to believe any of this, okay? You just have to understand how the law works. All right. So you just have to understand. You have to start seeing your assumptions and changing your assumptions into what you want. You're not going to necessarily believe this until it shows up. All right. And you don't necessarily have to live in this wish fulfilled all day long either. It's just more of like when you want to start practicing it, when you start seeing those assumptions come up, changing them into what you want. okay? And to seeing yourself as somebody who's worthy of an apology, seeing them as somebody who wants to give you an apology because they just love you so much and they just want to change for you, okay? They're gonna say, oh, hey babe, I'm so wrong. You are so right. I don't want to lose you. I'm gonna be accountable. I'm gonna be there for you. I don't want you to walk out of my life. That's the energy you want to have. So somewhere around that, you want to start creating those sort of affirmations, intentions that are going to be relatable to you, okay? Something that's relatable. Now, again, we're not going to force ourselves to do this. We're going to start embodying this, meaning practicing it, rehearsing it, starting saying our assumptions, okay? When they arise, creating the new assumptions based on your self-concept. Again, what you think in relations to yourself with an apology, what you think about apology in general, what you think about men or women with apologies, what you think about relationships happening in apologies, and also your specific person in regards to apologies. Oh, and also let's not forget the manifestation community telling you that you can't have an apology. So we want to look at all those different areas of your life, okay? And remind yourself there's nothing wrong for somebody being accountable. If that's your reality, this is your reality. If that's your desire, you want someone to be accountable because it's something that you want to experience, you're allowed to experience that. Again, this is your reality. So you do not need to take on everybody else's limiting beliefs, including my own in certain areas, you know. And you can manifest an apology if you want an apology. You can have your specific person come to you and tell you all the things you want to hear. You can have them be accountable because as your experience, you can consciously choose to have something. Now, I think maybe people might say also, well, you created it. And that is just from a empowerment thing. Okay, so feel empowered, meaning, okay, if I got someone to go this way, then I can actually consciously choose to have them different. I can consciously choose to have them apologize. I can select a different version of them. And how do I select a different version? I start making intentions surrounding that, seeing them as someone who can be apologetic, someone who cares about my feelings, as well as seeing myself as someone who's worthy of having an apology. Right, there's different areas that you'd want to look at depending where you are with that. Again, also, you might think that just how's it going to make you feel? I guess the last part in all that is because I've seen people want an apology, but even when their person apologizes, it's still not good enough. And it's because the person feels like they're still not safe or the person meant it. So you really want to work on that. So I want this apology because I want to feel this way. I want this apology because I'm going to have this sort of experience. Okay, so you can actually script down what do you want your person to say, how you're going to feel about it, what's that look like, what are you going to be thinking afterwards, and you're going to start living from that end, from those different intentions based on your situation. So yeah, you can totally have an apology. You can definitely manifest an apology. Again, you've been doing it your whole life. Just because you learn about manifesting, you're going to just stop like manifesting people to apologize and be accountable to you. No, I mean, this is part of it. Forgiveness too, right? Forgiving yourself for creating it, forgiving the other person, and having them ask for forgiveness. You can have the whole thing if that's what you want in your experience, right? It's your experience. So you need to figure out, again, be clear on what you want, okay? So there's nothing wrong if you want your person to apologize. You can absolutely do it by those steps I just told you guys and outlined. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, comment below. Oh, let's everybody comment below. I can manifest an apology. I intend to always get apologies. I intend for my specific person to always have accountability in my life. All right, let's start creating these intentions. All right, because we are all doing this together, leveling this up together so we can create what we want in our reality. We start getting in that energy, so let's comment on that below. All right, you guys, if you guys want to work together, check out the description link below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.